I've lived in Cranford for almost 20 years now, and there are many things that I absolutely love about it, but there are certain things that are like a tiny bit annoying. So I'm gonna give you the full truth today. You can make an informed decision if Cranford is the right place for you. It's gonna be fully unfiltered about why people stay and what nobody will put in the brochure. So I'm Lindsay Martinelli, a local real estate agent. I'm gonna start with the hard stuff and then tell you why I have exactly 0 plans to leave. Let's start with traffic. So if you're traveling through town from like one side to the other between the hours of 3 and 6, you better bring a snack. There are tons of people out. There are people from school pickups, kids on bikes doing wheelies, people crossing the street, just tons of volume. If you have to be somewhere by 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, you have to plan on leaving a little bit early. Development. Hot topic for the town, lots of conversations around it. It's inevitable. We are seeing a lot of development happening around town. New high-rises from all different shapes and sizes popping up on North Avenue, South Avenue, also on Walnut Avenue. Lots of new rentals coming to town. People have a strong opinion about this. They believe that the quaintness of the town is being changed, the charm is being changed, and we're becoming like a mini Hoboken. Just something to be aware of and to know about what developments are coming up soon. Are they in an area that you're looking at? Is it going to impact traffic flow? Really just being educated on the topic to make sure you're making the best decision makes the most sense. If you've been looking in Cranford for a while, you probably know that we have some areas that are flood zones. Over, my tenure here in the town, we've had some decently sized hurricanes back from Irene, Sandy, Ida back in 2021, and Cranford has unfortunately witnessed some pretty substantial rainfall accounts and flooding. It doesn't mean you cannot buy there. You just need to know what houses are in the flood zone, what the annual flood insurance premium is. I've seen things that range from $1,200 a year all the way up to $3,300 a year. Also, if you plan on finishing a basement, and that's a non-negotiable for you, I would heavily consider not buying in a flood zone. Why spend all this money to essentially finish your basement? Even if you have a sump pump, even if you have a French drain, the likelihood is possible. Knowing what your non-negotiables are, knowing what part of the town is being impacted by this so that you can figure out where and what location makes the most sense for you. Let's talk taxes. We all know we're in Jersey, right? New Jersey taxes are one of the highest. Cranford is no exception, especially for what you get for your money. Our typical size lots in the town are like 50 by 100, 50 by 150, not huge, and the taxes associated with that are decent. Things most recently have impacted that. We have finally established full-day kindergarten, a high selling point for people moving into town. There were some upgrades in infrastructure that have impacted the tax rate. Taxes just always continually go up. Just good to understand the average tax rate depends on your new construction, fully renovated, where you are located, because that will impact your monthly payment. Another thing to discuss is the cost of entry. Gone are the days for entry-level or first-time homebuyer homes in the $400,000 to $500,000 range. Currently right now in 2026, for a single-family home at minimum, you are gonna be at least at $650,000. That typically is a home that is on the smaller side, probably a Cape Cod, probably about 1,200 square feet, probably with an unfinished basement. It's definitely gonna need some TLC and love. Most likely will only have 1 bathroom or 1.5 bathrooms. The cost is high for what you actually receive. However, if location is important to you, if the layout works for future growth and expansion, these are all the things you just should consider. Now that the hard stuff is over, let me talk about people love this town. The first thing is the community. I lived in Bayonne before, but I feel like there's nothing like this area. Neighbors really will like to help neighbors. I've seen countless times where there are families going through certain struggles, maybe an illness, a sickness, on down times, and the community rises up. They band together, they form meal trains, they're doing GoFundMes. Another thing I love about it, it's not like you have to keep up with the Joneses here. You come as you are. So it's a very calm, laid back, relaxed atmosphere. Generations of families stay here. A lot of my daughter's friends, their families, they grew up here and they wound up coming back. Downtown Cranford, it's award-winning. There are tons of shops. I literally do not go to the mall ever. I can pop into town, find really cute gifts, things for myself, things for my kids, really fun different types of snack shops. From a cuisine perspective, there's so many different choices. We have Moroccan, Lebanese, Greek, Japanese. We have most recently been getting a lot of new amazing breakfast spots. coffee shops. From wake up to sundown, you can find somewhere to be for a casual stroll, to work from home. Also in the nicer weather, we have a ton of restaurants that offer outdoor seating. We have our own brewery, own winery that you definitely need to check out. Also is very cool. We have our own movie theater. Into downtown, Cranford is home to a lot of different parks and recreation. There are walking trails, biking paths, county parks, places I see kids riding their bikes with fishing rods in it, and they'll go down to the local park and just, try to get their fishing on. We also have a canoe club where you can go down and rent a canoe and paddle up and down a section of the river. We also have a town pool. A lot of families in Cranford love to take advantage of in the summer months. There's also a ton of traditions in town. Things like the Firecracker 4-miler that the Jaycees run, which is on the 4th of July. There is the Jack-o'-lantern stroll, which is one of my favorites to do with the kids through Hanson Park. The Jaycees Santa visits, where Santa comes on a fire truck. We also have an amazing recreation department and community center. Go out with tons of different activities from babies all the way to seniors. We have crafts, there's workout classes, there's STEM classes. There's also so many ways to give back in the community. We have organizations like Cranford Family Care, Project Home, the Cranford Jaycees, the Cranford Women's Club, the Newcomers Club. You can meet different people and know that your efforts are going back to your neighbors. Let's talk the commute. If you are working in New York City, we have a train in Cranford. It's not direct, but you can switch right in Newark. We do have express direct buses right from the center of town that go to Port Authority. Commuting, I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's close. From a location perspective, it's pretty wonderful. We are right off the Garden State Parkway. The beach is about an hour away. Hiking trails are within an hour also. New York City is easily accessible as well. There is something to do for everyone, and it's all within 1 hour drive. Is Cranford perfect? No. The traffic is real. The taxes are real. Development is happening. There are flood zones, but is this a place where people want to plant roots and never leave? Yes. I'm living proof so far, being here 20 years. I have a 4-year-old. I'm probably going to be here for 20 more years. If you are trying to figure out if Cranford is the right place for you, just reach out. I'm an open book, happy to have conversation with you to kind of let you know the good, the bad, all the truth. My info is below. I'll respond to every message with no strings attached. And if you want to know how the market's doing right now, my last video is about current 2026 market conditions in Cranford. I'll link it over here. And if you loved what you heard, hit the subscribe button so you can follow along on the journey of life in the New Jersey suburbs. And I'll see you on the next one.